Welcome back to the Gunn Show, my friends, the only show where lead times get shorter, innovation runs faster, and manufacturers like today's guest are redefining what full service really means. Joining us today is Justin Hanna, President and COO of Preferred Machine, LLC, a no-nonsense, high-mix, low-volume sheet metal powerhouse that doesn't just deliver parts, they deliver peace of mind. From napkin sketch to powder-coated perfection at your door, Justin's team handles it all, and they do it fast, like same day, next day fast. So buckle up, because this is a story about speed, as I spit, strategy, and the kind of clean, paperless operation that makes traditional shops feel like they're stuck in a fax machine era. That's a great job by ChatGPT to load that up for me. A fax machine era. Do you remember when that was wizardry? Justin, you remember when that was wizardry? I remember it was like, how does that work? Yeah. I put paper in here, and they get it over here on the other side of the world?
It was a revelation.
A revelation. Speaking of revelations, let's talk about your journey.
Yes. So Preferred Machine, as you had mentioned, we're quick turnaround, high mix, low volume. Been around for 16 years. I've been with ownership, Nate Holsteg, for the last 10 years. And it's been a very fun experience, very fun journey. We're able to support, I think we got about 120 families that we're supporting now. And as you had mentioned, Tony, there is tons of parts and pieces going through the shop. We went paperless probably about 9 years ago. It was pretty quick into my tenure there with Nate. Got full automation, all the computers on the floor, time tracking, software developers on staff. So all of the code that we have, our business system is homegrown. The local applications are homegrown, and that's really empowered us and enabled us to go paperless. So the only thing you'll see on the shop floor is like the part tag with the barcodes, the routings, the dates, so on and so forth. We're almost more of a data center than we are a sheet metal manufacturer at this point. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, A to Z, from concept to design. We own a logistics company called Preferred Delivery Service, so we're able to deliver the products and parts to the customers. And then on the front end, I'm able to keep our steel costs low because we pick up the coil steel from the manufacturers, bring it to the processors that level the systems, drop off the coil, pick up flat stock, deliver straight to our facility. So we can get materials cheaper than some of the competition out there, which offers a reduced price point for the customers as well.
We're all looking for that right about now.
Yeah.
The prices keep going up, and we're trying to figure out how to save. So I imagine you've seen some residual effects of that as well, right?
Yes, sir, absolutely. With some of the tariffs.
Me, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys hear that? That's the first time I've ever been called sir.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you for that, Justin.
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, the steel pricing is very relevant for our customers. Again, being a service center, we're very customer focused. All we really care about are them, because without them, we are nothing short of our direct labor staff, who really are the workhorses of the company, the guys that know what they're doing, coming in every day, doing the skilled labor trades, right? But as far as turnaround time, that's really where we're focused. But the steel, aluminum has really gone up 50%, so the customers are feeling that. Otherwise, carbon and stainless aren't too bad, but it's turning around. We're getting a little busier now, and it's just nice to see. We want to grow. We got a facility in Holland, Michigan, and Jenison, Michigan is where our clean facility is for stainless and aluminum. And then Holland is all the carbon materials, AR plate for shooting targets and such. And then all the powder coating operations happen in Holland as well.
When you think about expansion and growth, what is your current territory and what is your potential territory?
Very good question. And I feel like I have a pretty good answer.
Let's find out.
So potential territory is certainly nationwide. We do a lot of that now with the logistics company, and there's support from the other logistics companies outside, the LTL companies, right? But we can deliver really anywhere. Some of our products do end up going into Canada and overseas through our customers. Again, just being that service center. But as far as sales outlook and scope, we have the facilities, we have the acreage, we have the infrastructure, we have the equipment. Nate is a phenomenal visionary in the partnership that him and I have, and he understands the equipment and the industry. His knowledge base is very, very, very vast. And so we have the latest and greatest state-of-the-art equipment. The only thing that really holds us back from growing into a larger organization, $50-60 million company, which is what the vision and hope is over the next few years, is simply the workload. We may need some staffing, but we've got capacity now. Again, I've got the infrastructure, I've got the equipment, we've got the processes that nobody else really has that really set us apart and why we've been successful to go from a $4 million to a $30 million company, just in a quick 10 years time. And it's been exciting. It's still exciting. Really need to focus on a lot of leadership growth with the team right now. So we're working on that. And I think once that foundation is a little bit thicker, we're going to be ready to jump. We're just waiting on the sales.
It's very intriguing. I don't get to have this conversation a ton. I feel like what you've described, as I look around, we're at a show right now, we're at AME, we're happy to work with these folks. And I look around and I see machine tools here, I see cutting tools behind us, I see work holding, tool holding over there, I see another machine here. When you describe your side of the business, is there a lot of competition out there for you? And if there is a lot of competition, or even if there's not, what do you think sets you apart for someone who watches or listens to this podcast right now and says, okay, well, I currently work with so-and-so, but maybe I want to switch, or I didn't know this existed, and maybe I should give these guys a try. Can you describe a little bit about that?
I did research for my next opportunity because I wanted to write a book. And I came across this statistic that 70% of small business owners want to fund their retirement through the sale of their business, when in fact only 20% of them actually had a saleable business. And it broke my heart anticipating the fact that baby boomers, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and in fact it was a train. And so I really wanted to do something about that. So I wrote a book called Scaling the Exit. The purpose of the book was to articulate a strategy for small to medium-sized business owners to increase the value of their business to the extent that they could actually sell it and fund their retirement. And that was really the first iteration of what became EBITDA Growth Systems and our brand promise, which is to double the valuation of small, medium-sized businesses, specifically in terms of an exit, but double their valuation, or we give them their money back.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tony. I would say really it's going to be customer service aspect, bar none. Their core value, purpose beyond profit, really speaks to that. We care. I get extremely excited. A customer calls me, may not be a good reason, his machine is broke or his equipment is down, right? Hey, I need this part now. We get excited about that. We want to help the people. Hell, we'll make it now and deliver it to you. Just stay there. We got your back, So the customer service aspect is where we really focus. Ownership has been working with our sales team and our customer service and engineers for several weeks now, going into the months, and we have a huge push to continually strive for greatness in the customer service aspect. So the fact that we care, I think sets us apart. But beyond that, the state of the art equipment that we have, we're able to do things faster, more precise, more consistent, time and time again. And then really bar none, our process. The way that we're able to run paperless parts and run individual piece flow through our shop floor is very unique in the industry, certainly in West Michigan. There's some other competition, without naming a name, over in, where'd we go? I think it was over in Utah. And he's got a very good company over there and kind of online based entirely. So there's some other good companies in the area, but really just our turnaround, the quality's there. We're going to be ISO certified January 2026. Very excited about that. 9001. I think it's the 2015 revision is what it is now until next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's going to open that door for some other customers to my earlier point. But I would say, again, customer service, lead time, our process, and we'll deliver it to your door, right? So from concept, powder-coated weldments, to a memorial for a lost family member, or a service sign for a veteran. You know, we've got all the 6 branches of military. We've been donating service signs to VFW halls up in my area. And we care, man. That's really what it is. We're passionate about it. I've always said, and I got to make sure to say this now, if there was ever a sheet metal Olympics, that our company has a team to submit.
A sheet metal, what would that look like?
We're ready, man. We'd make some cool shit, I know that.
Well, I've seen crazier things. Who knows? We might have a sheet metal Olympics. I'm going to be brutally straightforward. Not in any way that's going to offend you, but brutally straightforward to the audience listening. When I hear somebody say, when I ask somebody what's the difference between you and whoever, and somebody says to me, we care, it's very rare for me to ever, I don't know if I've ever heard it, when somebody's like, oh, we just don't give a shit about our customers. Like, nobody says that, right? But right. I think what you described to me, Justin, is a combination of passionately caring with technology to back it up.
Yes, sir.
And I think that probably the combination is what sets you apart. It really makes the difference, because I do a lot of these interviews, and the audience listening, they might even get tired of everyone saying something, say, oh, we care. You know, but it's important to care, and let's not underplay that importance.
Amen.
But the fact that everyone says it kind of makes it sometimes sound redundant.
Yeah.
But to mean it, prove it, back it up, to have your growth that you have, and then offer unique technology that's better than everything else out there.
Yes.
That combination is what makes you thrive from, what'd you say, 4 to 30,000?
Yeah.
I mean, 30 million, 4 million to 30 million in just a couple of years. I mean, 10 years, I think you said. That's fascinating. That's remarkable. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, like I say, it's been a fun ride, and I hope it continues to be this way. And to answer your question, Tony, I would say try us, right? I would love to prove it. Our team would love to prove it to you guys as well. And it's really not just the engineers and the customer service folks up front. It's the guys on the shop floor too, the skilled labor, the skilled trades that are running our press brakes. They're really, I mean, they're making origami out of sheet metal. Being a job shop, they don't get setup pieces. You get one chance to make that part right. You know, and for the better of 99%, that is precisely what we do day in and day out. So I guess the only way to say it is proof is in the pudding, and I'd love to give you the opportunity to give us a call, stop by. We're a huge fan of shop tours. We love showing off our nice fancy things and clean facility. Working on doing some virtual tours, so if there's folks outside of Michigan that can't get up here, we got some customers in the Carolinas, in Tennessee, in Texas, down in Dallas, and we can send them these videos so they can see what our facility looks like as well. I'd love to have anybody stop by and come through. We love showing it off.
That's the first choice, but it sounds like I need to come into your facility, fly the drone around a little bit, do a few interviews, and get this stuff online for everyone to see who can't visit.
Yes, sir. I'd love that.
All right. Now that we've said that, interview's done. No, I'm just kidding. We have a little bit more to do. You mentioned early on in this conversation going paperless, and I think that's important. And it's an important conversation in general, because there's a lot of people still tracking with paper, and I think it's the wrong way to go.
It's kind of bonkers.
It is. I mean, what year is it even right now? I mean, we have every resource not to do that.
Fair.
I remember being in my machine shop, and how many of my papers got wet or destroyed or lost or misplaced or whatever it might be, and to be able to go paperless. What has that changed inside your facility as you've grown exponentially? I mean, we're talking 30 divided by 4. We're talking what?
15.
The times of growth, right? That you've put in over the last decade.
Yeah.
You can't just grow paper as well. So how's that transition been, and what's it done for the company? Hey there, manufacturers. Need to sell your surplus CNC machinery? Whether it's vertical machining centers, CNC lathes, or machines from top brands like Yazda, Matsur, or Watchon, let me introduce you to Revelation Machinery. If you've never worked with a used machinery dealer before, here's what you're missing. Selling equipment on your own can mean long waits, low offers, and lots of time chasing leads. Revelation Machinery changes the game, bringing nationwide exposure to your machines. Their team is located across the USA, so wherever you are, you've got a local expert on your side. Revelation doesn't just list your equipment, they use targeted marketing methods to get your machines in front of serious buyers. Revelation Machinery is committed to fair pricing, full transparency, and taking care of the details. From paperwork to logistics and even rigging if you need it, they're there every step of the way so you're not juggling any part of the process alone. Ready to let a trusted partner handle the heavy lifting? Head to revelationmachinery.com/the Gunn Show to see how easy it is to turn that surplus machinery into cash with Revelation Machinery.
It's been very successful immediately.
Yeah, good answer.
I think the biggest difference is it is the biggest difference. It allowed the single part piece flow, right? So if you get a sales order in, I don't have to take all the 10 part numbers and move them to every single department within my company or within our company. We can do it. They just flow individually, right? So if the part's laser cut and go, for instance, it can go straight to our staging department, which that's what I don't want to talk a lot about, the secret sauce, if you will, but it's the single part piece flow, and it was damn near instantaneous because it had to be. So I think that's what it is, but not only did it help the speed in which we could manufacture, the data that I now receive from our systems that our IT guys have developed in-house is bar none. If mistakes are made, they can submit the error in real time, and within 15 minutes, the laser operator knows it, the programmer has programmed it. I have new parts to that department for them to keep the process going, right? Scheduling, all that stuff, it just automatically happens these days. Our development team is very powerful, they're very skilled, and the software aspect and the paperless aspect, and let's not forget to mention the automation side. You know, one of the very first things I did when I started was ensure that the automation for the lasers was functioning. You know, our lasers, our equipment, through shout out to Mitsubishi, I can run from here. I can run it from my house or your home down there in South Florida. We could do it there too. So I think the automation, the single part piece flow, the custom software, all this stuff just really comes together to get it done fast, get it done right, and at a great price point. You know, that's the best thing. We're able to keep that steel cost down the best we can. It just is working. I really don't know how else to put it other than it was immediate, and the flow, man, the shit can move. You don't have to chase a manila folder around.
Don't make me do that again. If you were going to take a guess at how much time is now saved, Justin, by implementing this type of process, and hopefully what we're doing right now is conveying the importance of job shops around the country to implement paperless of whatever. Choose your own brand, whoever you want. I know a lot of good brands out there if you need my advice, and Justin probably does too. But as a general rule, what I'm trying to do is convey, you've already said how seamless and easy and overnight it was, right? And you have a good team to support that, so yes, good job, guys and gals. Kudos to you out there. But overall, as we're not chasing that manila folder anymore, what type of time savings do you think you've seen on being able to have information at a computer screen right in front of you at all times?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know it's a tough
somewhat loaded there.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'd say a minimum of 4 to 1. The ability to access that data is incredibly life-changing for the business. And it isn't just the business, it's our customers as well. You know, they have order tracking. We confirm an order. They've got a nice order tracking button right on that email. So if they want to know where their order's at that they place, next week, they can log in at any time and see that progress, just like you ordered a pizza, right?
Yeah.
So that's really helped us. But the time savings it's got to be 4 to 1. It's really hard to put a number on it. Some parts, you're probably 100% faster, twice as fast. So the time frame is just a difficult value to really put on it, but it was a game changer. And all of you don't need to go paperless either. We can be the only ones that do it. That's okay. But if you are struggling, I do encourage a solid business system with a good IT crew on staff.
All the non-competition out there,
Yeah.
get into the paperless world.
All the plastics industry, go paperless.
When I think about the time, which as you mentioned, it's loaded, it's
Yeah.
tough to truly pinpoint. 4 to 1's
Yeah.
a good number. Would you say that whatever time that was, Justin, and
Yeah.
pick a time, that those resources were then able to be reallocated elsewhere to benefit the company and all of that savings?
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done this before.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah, nail on the head with that. And you're exactly right. And that's really one thing I haven't mentioned is we were able to achieve this goal with zero marketing and zero sales. This was all word of mouth like the food industry. So what it's been able to do is they've been able to dedicate some of those resources to the marketing initiatives, to putting elevating the website, if you will. The next thing that's coming is being able to do online ordering, be able to just navigate to preferredmachinellc.com and build a shopping cart, upload your prints, and get a price in real time and be able to place that order. Future goal of that is certainly by the end of 26, if not sooner. I'm hopeful that that's very successful and gives the guys and people out there that, you know, there's a lot of SolidWorks engineers and folks in their barns and garages and homes and campers that just want a little sign and they don't know how to order it outside of Etsy. We want to be able to offer that service to them as well. So super excited about that. A little bit of red tape with it, but we got to make sure to do it all right, do it safe, do it secure, and make sure that we're ready to absorb the fulfillment side of that, because it will be a little bit different with everything going through the mail.
Yeah, that seems almost like a subculture business.
Yeah.
And I like that you mentioned Etsy, because a lot of people do go there for
Yeah.
those custom type, home type
You don't
projects.
have to. We'll support you.
That's interesting. That's interesting to think
Cut
about.
out the middleman. Sorry, Etsy.
Sorry, middleman. Today's episode is powered by Phillips Haas Training, trusted by over 3,000 machinists, programmers, and engineers who actually know what they're doing. We're talking hands-on CNC training, 100 5-star Google reviews, and a perfect 10 out of 10 rating. Check it out at phillipscorp.com/Tony Gunn. But here's the truth. Downtime is a thief. It steals productivity, profits, and patience. But Phillips Haas Training is the locksmith. Their expert-led, hands-on courses cover alignment, electrical diagnostics, troubleshooting, and programming. You know, the stuff that actually keeps machines running instead of collecting dust. Over 3,000 pros have been through it, dropping 100 5-star reviews and giving it a flawless 10 out of 10. Shops even report up to 50% downtime reduction. That's not even training. That's a license to print money. Learn more at phillipscorp.com/Tony Gunn. Phillips Haas Training. Fewer breakdowns, more breakthroughs, and your machine's running smoother than a Black Sabbath riff. Less downtime, more uptime, more profit. This has been a really interesting conversation because I talk so much about other parts of manufacturing, and
Okay.
you've been able to enlighten me today on what you do and your growth. Can we talk a little bit as we close this out, Justin, about your partnership and relationship overall as you continue to grow this business? Because people out there who have heard you speak and hear about the growth and want to work with you probably also want to know a little bit about how that dynamic works and what the inside culture is like. These days, a lot of people want to know who they're working with as much as they want to know what products they're receiving, right? So let's talk a little bit about you, your business partner, the relationship there, and what the future looks like with you guys.
Well, I got to make one thing clear. I don't own it. Nate Holsteg is the brainchild of this company.
Am I allowed to say not yet? Sorry, buddy.
Nate started 16 years ago, and again, he's absolutely the visionary of our company. In the EOS lingo, I would be the implementer, integrator. I'm sorry, and
maybe both.
It's really been, we read we'd been doing this for probably 4 or 5 years, and then him and I happened to both read a book called Rocket Fuel. And as I got through this book, kind of had goosebumps, and him and I looked at each other, and we've been doing this for 5 years. What is entrepreneurial operating system, the EOS, and we realized like this is what we've been doing, and it's a lot like a marriage. It really is. I have my place on the inside with software and process and operations and finance. Nate knows the industry, Nate knows the customers, Nate knows the equipment. And so that partnership has been extremely powerful and fortunately for both of us, very successful. And as far as the culture is concerned, we're a team of people. I mentioned we care. That's certainly true, and I'd love to challenge you to find out, but they're guys that are passionate about, they enjoy doing it, right? Like I love what I do. You probably love what you do, right? That's why we do what we do. But the staff that are on the shop floor, the skilled labor guys, the guys that come in and make origami out of sheet metal every day, they enjoy doing it, right? The guys that run laser operators or TIG weld or MIG welding or robotic weld or powder coat, CNC machining, all that services we offer, they genuinely enjoy doing it. And if they don't, Nate wants them to move to a department where they do enjoy. We're very passionate about making sure the staff are allocated in the right area. And if they find, we offer a lot of apprenticeship programs, and that's where the students and the new hires, they learn like kind of what department or area they really like or are passionate about. We make sure they live there, let them work there. But they're hardworking. These guys are coming in every day, showing up on time. They matter. Without them, nothing happens. I call in sick or take vacation for a week. The customers still get their parts. But my operators don't come in for a week, we got a problem, right? So they understand, and ownership understands that our people matter, particularly the direct labor staff and our indirect guys entering these orders, talking to the customers. So we try and just continue to grow that culture inside and be somewhat picky in a very difficult hiring market. It's hard to be picky with who you hire, but we've learned over the years that you kind of have to be, because you bring in the wrong people, it ends up costing you time and money, and the last thing you want to do is lose either of those things, right? So I would say the culture is very hardworking, very dedicated, very loyal, intelligent, and it helps make us the powerhouse that we're becoming.
So you read a book called Rocket Fuel that changed your life. I took a shot called Rocket Fuel in college that a little bit changed mine.
Oh, that's funny.
And here we are both today.
Yeah, right, here we are.
You have been a pleasure, my friend.
Thank
you
you
so much for being
Appreciate
here.
your
Thank you
time.
for sharing your story. Hopefully this reaches some of the audience out there that you guys are trying to reach. I look forward to coming into your facility and maybe doing a tour and seeing if we can't document that and get it out there as well. I think it'd be great for your website. It'd be great for everyone to see what's going on. Knowing that your growth rate is as substantial as it is, and knowing that you've invested in paperless and your website and ordering online and potentially small part production as well, moving the Etsy middleman. Sorry, Etsy. And doing all of this, I would love to come in and highlight and showcase what you guys are up to.
I would love for it to happen as well.
Awesome.
Yep. Appreciate
all right,
your
brother.
time, man.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all for watching. If this is an interview or a conversation that resonates with you, if you're looking for a partner that truly freaking cares, as you can say, Justin said that a dozen times today and means it. And he said, which I like a lot, I hope you challenge us to that. Go challenge them. See if what he says is real. The technology is there, the caring is there, the heart is there, the products are there, the cost is there. It seems like this could be the perfect solution for a lot of you folks out there as costs continue to rise, and we're trying to pinch pennies in every area that we can without losing quality. That's where we can do it. Give this guy a call, give this company a call, and thank you all for watching. We do appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's a wrap on this episode of The Gunn Show. Thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and supporting the manufacturing movement that keeps the world turning. We couldn't do this without you, or without our incredible sponsors who believe in this mission as much as we do. Big thanks to Revelation Machinery, bringing the auction hammer down on deals so good it feels like daylight robbery, but legal. Whether you're buying or selling, they've got your back. To eButter Growth Systems, your factory's secret weapon for scaling up profits, leadership, and sanity. Because spreadsheets don't fix culture, but these guys might. To AMT and IMTS, the innovators behind the biggest show in manufacturing. If you want to see the future, you show up at IMTS. To NTMA, the voice of precision manufacturers across the U.S., fighting for shops like yours every single day. To Tecma, Mexico's premier machine tool exhibition, bridging borders and bringing global technology closer to home. To Shop Floor Coffee, the only coffee that tastes like a 5-axis machine running lights out on a Monday morning, delicious and dedicated to workforce development. And last but never least, the American Precision Museum, honoring the roots of American manufacturing while inspiring the next generation to build what's next. Powered by MTDCNC and fueled by passion, this is the Gunn Show. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep making things that move the world.